Morning. After reading The Hollow Places, I decided to read something else by Kingfisher that has been on my to-read list for a while, and this one is not a scary story. So this book is called The Seventh Bride, and it's one of her fairy tale revisions. The main character, Rhea, is a miller's daughter, and she's really confused and surprised in an unpleasant way when her father informs her that one of the local lords has asked to marry her. Like, as far as she's concerned, while it's not unheard of for nobles to marry peasant girls, it's not the kind of thing that should happen to someone like her, because she's not technically considered particularly beautiful, and on top of that, she's still very young to be getting married, only just about 15. Unfortunately, she also doesn't appear to have much of a choice in the matter, even though the person technically said that it was up to her. But because the local lord is known to be a close friend of the Viscount who owns the property that her family lives on and the mill that they run. So there's always the possibility that if she does try to turn him down, she will cause offense, and this could lead to her family being turned out of their homes. So instead, she accepts this proposal and acquiesces when he makes the really peculiar request for her to come to his home at night. This is strange, not only because it's at night, but also because the road he tells her to take is one that she didn't think existed, and they're not actually married yet, so all of this is really quite improper. But like I said, she didn't have much choice, so she goes. And on the way, she runs into things that just make her more fearful of what might actually be going on, including some golem birds, I guess, that tell her she's going to the house of a murderer. But she's really not sure yet, what the situation is. When she finally does get to his home, she's further shocked to find that not only is she not his... Well, she knew that he might have been married before, because that's not necessarily that unusual when previous wives pass away, but she finds that she's his umpteenth wife, and most of his previous wives are in fact still alive. And he starts to make all these really strange demands of her. So, yeah, Rhea is pretty determined to see if she can find a way out of this situation, and not only for herself, but also maybe to save the other wives who are caught in his home. Let's see. So, some things that I liked. I tend to like Kingfisher's writing style, like I said, and I think for fairy tale revisions, she's one of the people who writes them in a way that I actually quite enjoy. Even though the storyline has definite fairy tale elements, the writing style is more realistic and down to earth, I guess, where the style is not reminiscent of a fairy tale. And there's quite a bit more humor in this book than the other one I read, near the beginning where Rhea is thinking, marriage was like death. It was something that you knew happened but didn't spend much time thinking about. So things like that, the way she describes things, that I've found amusing. I also thought the hedgehog that she picked up in the story is a very cute character. So something that I did not like. There wasn't really anything in particular that stood out to me. I think sometimes Rhea wasn't as clever or as brave as I would have liked a character in her situation to be. It makes it so that you worry about her more than if she'd been a slightly different kind of person. But at the same time, she does pull herself together, I guess, and find that courage and find that resourcefulness when she actually needs it. So I think that's okay.